Time to start your most magnificent journey within.
Tonight on Empathic Practice Dreams, let's talk about sensorial experiences. What does it feel in your body at the touch of a fingertips, your breath? How do you mindfully connect with what is happening?
What does it mean to experience your environment? What does it mean to smell, to see, to touch, to feel the environment around you, and how your perceptions change and evolve
Constantly around you. So, to immerse ourselves in this inner world, let's look at these extraordinary, ordinary experiences.
Truly see something, the details in a full view and room and scale of any situation you find yourself in. Take ourselves to memories and to places and change your entire mindset just by accessing what your body experiences and how it remembers those experiences.
Through the eyes of a dream-like structure.
Time for balance. Time for yourself. It's your journey. Where will you start?
Empathic practice.
With your eyes closed, take a deep breath. Find that point where your stomach is full of air, your belly rising. And then let it go slowly, gently. Just allowing yourself to find focus on this movement. And with your eyes closed, leave less room for distraction. And you sharpen your focus. But you also allow your body to fall into relaxation. Breathing deeply, mimicking those moments of deep sleep. Feel the movement of the air, the moment of the inhale when the air touches your nostrils, the exhale when the temperature changes. Maybe you choose to breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth as you're blowing gently all the worries and concerns away. But notice the gentle touch of the air as you breathe. Oh. See how everything changes when you allow yourself to fall deep into this relaxation. Your body slowly and gently shutting down, making space for that slumber. You can feel your feet relaxing. You can feel your environment darker. You can fall deep into sleep by just following that movement as you breathe in and out. Just noticing how everything changes inside and out. Breathe in and out. Relax, at peace, and allowing your mind to then move from one thought to another. Your sense of alertness is reduced. It makes space for that movement and moment of re-energizing, of bringing back the light that you need into a different aspect of mind, away from the preoccupations of the day. There's no doubt, no concern in your mind, just deep connection with this feeling of relaxation that suits you.
Crew to Cannabis, the queens of the Pensacola Cannabis, the green team. I love it.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about you. Y'all are 2 years in, and tell me about yourselves. I want to introduce you guys one by one. Tell me like who you are, what you do with the crew, and why Team Green.
I'm Crystal Sillins. I'm the president of the crew, and I'm also known as Canna Living with Crystal, which means cannabis living with Crystal. I got started with this with just wanting to be part of the Mardi Gras scene and wanting to be part of a crew that would accept me as a mom who uses cannabis on a regular basis as a medicinal herb and, recreational at times too. And I just wasn't sure where I was totally going to be accepted. So me and a few of girlfriends and our kids went to the Mardi Gras parade downtown Pensacola before the world shut down, and it was like the last event. And I know that even sometimes people were blaming Mardi Gras for COVID outbreaks and stuff, but like we had the best time, and we were just hanging out right before the world did shut down, and we said, why don't we just start our own crew? There's all these crews that are doing really amazing things and a lot of philanthropic work, and they have a lot of causes behind them. Why not us put a cause behind cannabis advocacy and normalizing use for parents and for adults and for safe access and fighting for legalization in a professional, classy way?
So I'm Dana Niffen, and I kind of met Crystal through a mutual friend and was like, well, I have this skill set I think y'all are looking for, and it kind of landed me as our float committee chair because I was a art major in school and constructed this for us so that we could have a good time and advocate for cannabis. I'm a longtime cannabis advocate. I even was, raised in a home that was very pro-cannabis use. So I have a different perspective than a lot of people, and it's just great to be a part of helping normalize it. Yeah. And I also coordinate some of our events and run our website and any else things I can get my fingers.
She's a jack of all
into.
trades.
I was
Yes.
to say you all wear a lot of different hats.
Oh,
yeah. Trade in and out.
I would say we probably all have 6 or 7 of them within the crew.
And at least one crown. So hello.
Yes.
Yay.
We were excited to have our first queen.
Our Kush Queen.
Yes. Tell me about the Kush Queen.
Oh my gosh, I'm Stephanie Watson, and I stumbled upon this whole thing actually because my husband and I moved here in June of 2020. So Crystal had already started this ball rolling and in the networking and trying to meet people in our area, I met Crystal and I was like, girl, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm about it. I'm in. Let's do this. And she was like, bet, let's go. So it was awesome to have somebody, one, take you up on that. And two, just to be a part of everything that we're doing here. Like, just the vibe that we get when we come rolling down, like, on Parade Row is next level.
Yeah.
It's indescribable.
You got any toilet paper? Who are you?
Time for balance. Time for yourself. It's your journey. Where will you start?
Empathic practice.
It could be the rush from jumping out of an airplane, or even the simple joy that spreads in your body as you watch a beautiful sunset. What is happening as we sense these moments? What even is a sensation? A sensation is a physical feeling or perception that results from something that happens to or comes into contact with your body. These moments often feel like magic, and like all things magical, there is a science to it. How is it that your body goes about feeling and perceiving all of the things that happen to you in a day? The answer lies in your nervous system. Your nervous system is kind of like a command center. And in your nervous system, you have 86 billion neurons. That's 860 times the number of stars in our galaxy. Your neurons are hard-working cells that pass information from one part of the brain to another. They use electrical impulses and chemical signals to allow you to turn an experience into a sensation that you can feel. So take an extra deep breath of that fresh cilantro you just chopped up for your tacos and let yourself linger in your bathtub for just a moment longer. And know, your body is directing billions of moving parts so that you can sense and feel what it means fully to be a human.
What does it mean to feel? Everyone around you has something that you don't. The truth is that you are the one who has something that no one else has.
What would it be like to be on the moon?
Good night. This evening on Dreams, we're going to read a piece from Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves, from Aladdin and Other Tales from Arabian Nights. The story of Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves, Part 1. In a town in Persia, there lived two brothers, one named Qasim and the other Ali Baba. Their father left them no great property, though as he had divided equally between them, their fortune should have been equal, but it was otherwise. Qasim married a widow, who soon after their marriage became heiress to a large estate, a good shop, and warehouse full of rich merchandise, so that all at once he became one of the richest merchants and lived at his ease. Ali Baba, on the other hand, married a woman as poor as himself, lived in a very mean dwelling, and had no other means of maintaining his wife and children than his daily labor in cutting wood in a forest near the town and bringing it upon 3 asses to town to sell. One day, when Ali Baba was in the forest and had just cut wood enough, he saw at a distance a great cloud of dust which seemed to approach towards him. He observed it very attentively and distinguished a large body of horse coming briskly on. And though they did not fear robbers in that country, Ali Baba began to think that they might prove such, and without considering what might become of his asses, he resolved to save himself. He climbed up a large tree, whose branches, at a little distance from the ground, divided in a circular form so close to one another that there was but little space between them. He placed himself in the middle, from whence he could see all that passed without being seen. This tree stood at the bottom of a single rock, which was very high and so steep and craggy that nobody could climb it. The troop, who were all well mounted and well armed, came to the foot of this rock and there dismounted. Ali Baba counted 40 of them, and by their looks never doubted that they were thieves, nor was he mistaken, for they were a troop of banditti, who, without doing any harm in the neighborhood, robbed at a distance and made that place their rendezvous. Every man unbridled his horse and tied him to a shrub and hung about his neck a bag of corn. Then each of them took his saddlebags, which seemed to Ali Baba to be full of gold and silver by the weight. One whom he took to be their captain came with his saddlebags on his back under the tree in which Ali Baba was hidden, and making his way through some shrubs, pronounced these words, "Open sesame," so distinctly that Ali Baba heard him. As soon as the captain of the robbers uttered these words, a door opened, and after he had made all his troops go in before him, he followed them, and the door shut again of itself. The robbers stayed some time within the rock, and Ali Baba, who feared that some or all of them together might come out and catch him if he endeavored to make his escape, was obliged to sit patiently in the tree. He was nevertheless tempted once or twice to get down and mount one of their horses, and leading another, to drive his asses before him to the town with all the haste he could, but uncertainty made him choose the safest way. At last the door opened again, and the 40 robbers came out. As the captain went in last, so he came out first, and stood to see them all pass by, and then Ali Baba heard him make the door fast by pronouncing the words, "Shut sesame." Every man went and bridled his horse, fastened his saddlebags and mounted again, and when the captain saw them all ready, he put himself at their head, and they returned the way they came. Ali Baba did not immediately quit this tree, for he said to himself, "They may have forgotten something and come back again, and then I shall be caught." He followed them with his eyes as far as he could see them, and after that waited some time before he came down. Remembering the words the captain of the robbers had made use of to cause the door to open and shut, he had the curiosity to try whether his pronouncing them would have been the same effect. Accordingly, he went among the shrubs, and perceiving the door concealed behind them, he stood before it and said, "Open sesame." The door instantly flew open. Ali Baba, who expected a dark, dismal place, was very much surprised to see it well lighted and spacious, cut out by man's hands in the form of a vault, which received the light from an opening at the top of the rock. He saw all sorts of provisions and rich bales of merchandise, of silk, stuff, brocade, and valuable carpeting, piled one upon another, and above all, gold and silver in great heaps, and money in great leather purses. The sight of all these riches made him believe that the cave had been occupied for ages by robbers who succeeded one another. Sweet dreams.